Okay, Masters of Horror, the V word. The V word, of course, is vampire. What you have two kids who are in high school. You know, they're kind of playing, one's playing like a horror shoot 'em up. And the other one just finished having a back conversation, you know, with his dad on the phone. And then you could hear that, what you hear quite often when two people are kind of bored, hey, you want to go see a dead body? So of course, you know, they go to a local, you know, funeral home. They're walking around, something's wrong with some of the bodies. They've all been drained of their blood. The opening, like 15-20 minutes, is done perfectly atmospherically creepy. It gives lots of those like old school jumps, you know, from the way the camera angles are done, nice long shadows. Works really well. And then they find out that there's a vampire there, because one of the corpses begins to move. And ironically, the vampire is a former teacher who was fired and for like taking pictures and, you know, like molesting children. It's kind of a bizarre anecdote, but it's an anecdote nevertheless. He attacks and turns the black kid, because you have two friends, a white kid and a black kid. He turns him. He then goes to his friend's house, you know, afterwards, like, oh, what happened to you? He's like, man, I'm so thirsty. He's drinking water. Good practical. He's drinking water, and the water's just pouring out of the giant neck wound that he's got. He, of course, in turn, turns his friend. He's like, man, you gotta feed. You have to feed. They then go and kill the white guy's stepfather. Or father. But I think it's his father. Because the guy's, you know, guy's a prick. Kind of runs everybody down. It's like, you have to feed. If you don't feed, you know, it's just, you're gonna get tired, you're gonna get sick, you're gonna die. White kid decides he's not gonna feed. They then hatch a plan to attack and kill the former math teacher vampire. And they do. In a nice, brutal, gruesome... They cut his head off with a reciprocating saw. And like black goo goes everywhere. And then make a pact. He's like, you know, I don't want to live as a vampire. It's the white kid. You have to go away. So the black kid packs up, you know, his portable video game system. He's on a bus. He's heading out to New York, where he thinks he could probably survive. And at the same time, his buddy decides he can't live as a vampire. He just can't. So he attaches himself to an operating table. They're using rubber tubing in a crucified sort of position, and waits for the sun to show up. The sun starts to hit him, he burns to a crisp. Not the best Masters of Horror. It's not bad. You can tell try to cash in on, like, you know, the young pseudo-hit vampire craze. You know, the practical effects on the vampires, not bad. You know, the opening 15-20 minutes, nice, good, creepy atmospheric feel to it. It's okay, it's watchable. It's not one of the best ones, and it's not one of the worst ones. So that's Masters of Horror, the V word.